Everyone, I welcome you all again for the B part of the third unit, that is fundamental duties. This B part of fundamental duties is divided into two parts. Let us discuss the first part. The first part includes the introduction, Swaran Singh Committee recommendations and list of fundamental duties. Though the rights and duties of citizens are correlated and inseparable, the original constitution contained only the fundamental rights and not the fundamental duties. In other words, framers of the constitution did not feel it necessary to incorporate the fundamental duties of the citizen in the constitution. However, they incorporated the duties of state in the constitution in the form of directive principle of state policy. Later, in 1976, the fundamental duties of citizens were added in the constitution. In 2002, one more fundamental duty was added. So, as we know that the rights and duties are the correlated to each other and they are not separable, because when we are availing the rights, it is our prime duty being a citizen of India to discharge our duties towards the nation. But in first part, or when the rights are framed, in that duties were not framed, but the directions are given which are coming in the directive policies or the principle of state policies to frame the duties and to incorporate duties in the form of legislative laws and the policies. The fundamental duties in the Indian Constitution are inspired by the Constitution of erstwhile USSR. Notably, none of the constitution of major democratic countries like USA, Canada, France, Germany, Australia and so on specially contain a list of duties of citizens. Japanese constitution is perhaps the only democratic constitution in the world which contains the list of duties of citizens. The socialist countries, on the contrary, gave equal importance to the fundamental rights and the duties of their citizens. So here it is clear that the countries whose government is based on the socialist or socialism have given the equal importance to the fundamental rights and duties. Hence, the Constitution of USSR declared that the citizens' exercise of their rights and freedom was inseparable from the performance of their duties and obligations. So, here it is once again clear that if the citizens are exercising their rights and freedoms, definitely they have to perform their duties and they have obligations also. Then the Swaran Singh Committee has given their recommendations on the fundamental duties. In 1976, the Congress party set up the Sardar Swaran Singh Committee to make a recommendation about the fundamental duties, the need and necessity of which was felt during the operation of internal emergencies 1975-1976. The committee recommended the inclusion of the separate chapter on the fundamental duties in the Constitution. It stressed that citizens should become conscious that in addition to the enjoyment of the right, they also have certain duties to perform as well. The Congress government of Central accepted these recommendations and enacted the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1976. This amendment added new part, namely Part 4A to the Constitution. This new part consists of only one article, that is Article 51A, which is for the first time specified a code of 10 fundamental duties of the citizen. The ruling Congress party declared the non-inclusion of fundamental duties in the Constitution as a historical mistake and claimed that the framers of the Constitution failed to do was being done now. Though the Swaran Singh Committee suggested the incorporation of 8 fundamental duties in the Constitution, the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 included 10 fundamental duties. Interestingly, certain recommendations of the committee were not accepted by the Congress party and hence not incorporated in the Constitution. These includes the Parliament may provide for the imposition of such penalty or punishment as may be considered appropriate for any non-compliance with or refusal to observe any of the duties. No law imposing such penalty or punishment shall be called in question in any court on the ground of infringement of any fundamental rights or ground of repugnancy of any other provision of the Constitution. Duty to pay taxes should be also be the fundamental duty of the citizens. There are the list of fundamental duties according to the Article 51 A. It shall be a duty of every citizen of India, first, to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. So it is our fundamental duty that we should respect our national flag and the national anthem, and also we should respect the Constitution and the ideals and the institution. It is our prime duty to cherish and follow the noble ideals that inspired the national struggle for the freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the India, to defend the country and render the national service when called upon to do so. So whenever it is being called, we have to give our national service, to promote the harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of the India, transcending the religious, linguistic and regional or the sectional diversities, and to renounce the practice derogatory to the dignity of woman, to value and preserve the rich heritage of country's composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment including forest, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have a compassion of living creature. Then to develop the scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard the public property and to abjure the violence, to strive towards the excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to the higher level of endeavor and achievement, and to protect the opportunity of education to his child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. This duty was added by the 86th Constitution Amendment Act 2002. I hope, friends, you have understood your fundamental duties. Thank you for watching.